Annie and the Chocolate Factory. In a cozy little town, there was a chocolate factory called Sweet Delights. It was known far and wide for creating the most delicious chocolates that anyone had ever tasted. The factory was run by Mr. Coco, who was a very kind hearted man and he loved making chocolates more than anyone else. People traveled from all over just to taste his amazing creations, and his shop was always filled with customers who enjoyed buying chocolates from him and savoring each bite. One day, a little girl named Annie visited the factory along with her grandmother. Annie had always loved chocolates, but she had never tasted Mr. Coco's special chocolates. Her grandmother had always told her stories about how these chocolates could make you feel like you were in a dream surrounded by happiness and joy. When Annie entered the chocolate factory, she was immediately drawn to the shelves full of colorful chocolate bars and bonbons. But one chocolate, a simple square one, caught her eye. It was not the biggest or the most fanciest chocolate, but it had a warm golden wrapper with a note attached that said, "The secret of happiness." Curious, Annie picked up the chocolate and went straight to Mr. Coco. "Why does this chocolate say it's the secret of happiness?" she asked. Mr. Coco smiled gently and started explaining her. He said, "Ah, that's the chocolate I make with a very special recipe. You see, most people think that happiness comes from big things like grand gestures, shiny gifts, or expensive treats. But this little chocolate holds a secret. It was made with love and kindness, not just in the ingredients but also in the thoughts behind it. If you savor it slowly with gratitude and joy, it can fill your heart with pure happiness." Annie was amazed. She decided to buy the chocolate, and instead of rushing through it, she took her time. She carefully unwrapped the golden foil and took a small bite. The moment the chocolate touched her tongue, she felt a sense of joy and happiness. It wasn't just the sweetness of the chocolate, but the comfort and the kindness that she felt in every bite. She felt more at peace, more in connection with the surroundings, and grateful for the little things in life. Annie's grandmother asked her, "How did you like the chocolate, my dear?" "It was the best chocolate I've ever had, Grandma," she said. "It made me feel happy inside, like all the things that I love are here with me." Mr. Coco overheard their conversation and smiled. That's the magic of chocolate made with love. Sometimes the sweetest things in life are those that come from the heart. The secret of happiness is not about how much you have, but about savoring and enjoying the little moments in life. And after talking to Mr. Coco and her grandma, Annie had understood that there was actually nothing special about the way the chocolate was made, but what made her enjoy the chocolate was taking the time to focus on and enjoy every little bite that she took. Annie had understood Mr. Coco's message, and from that day onwards, she started visiting the chocolate factory often, not to buy the chocolates, but to remember that happiness can be found in the simplest of moments. One doesn't need to have expensive or lavish things in life to make them happy. They can find happiness and joy in something as simple as a chocolate. This story teaches us that True happiness doesn't come from big and flashy things, but from appreciating the little moments with joy and gratitude. Even the smallest or the simplest things can bring the greatest joys if you savor them from your heart.